Russian man like inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just the brother for the rapture. I hang glide, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a garden and start killing. It's manifesting. The God's work like appliances, dealing in my sleep like a lot.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto Naruto Next Generations discussion. And chapter 70 of Boruto is gonna go down as a tonal shift chapter that the manga desperately needed, because Code finally got his limiters removed and is now ascended from being simp level Code to being god level Code, because his power level has skyrocketed beyond that of Jigen, which, hearing that, should make Naruto and Sasuke fans suffer from severe PTSD from thinking about that beatdown that Jigen gave to them in Boruto episode 204. The only thing more brutal than that beatdown was Ishiki casually turning Sasuke into a surfboard. However, now that this has happened, we have to look at a major setup that was foreshadowed in this chapter about a Boruto and Kawaki training arc and how the manga has been setting up the two of them walking a different path. When Amato was being questioned by Shikamaru, one of the first things that he said was that Boruto and Kawaki needed to train before they could take down Code, which makes a lot of sense at this point. Code was shown in the manga having a better understanding of how to properly use the power of karma than either Boruto or Kawaki. Up until that point, Boruto and Kawaki just had a surface level understanding of how to use the karma. They would turn on their karma, the flood of chakra would rush to their bodies, and they would use the chakra given to them by karma to beef up their physical attacks and their chakra-based attacks in the case of Boruto. However, Code mentioned having not only the power of an Otsutsuki, but also their knowledge and skills to draw on. That was an imperfect Code who we saw bashing Boruto without any type of problems. That same imperfect Code, we saw Kawaki pressuring him once Kawaki got his karma seal back again. However, this new Code is a different animal altogether. The Code we knew before was a cute little poodle. The Code that we're seeing now is basically Godzilla. Now, there's no check on his power right now, and Amato knows more than enough about the capability of Code, as well as how much of Ishiki's power Kawaki can draw upon. Having all this information at his disposal, Amato still stated that Boruto and Kawaki would need to train themselves up before they stood a chance against Code. The reason why this is so important is that we were told at Jump Festa 2021, which took place in December 2020, that the Boruto manga's time skip will be happening soon, and by soon, a lot of us fans were counting down the number of chapters. It's going to be 10 chapters, it's going to be 6 chapters, it's going to be 8 chapters. Well, soon was referring to the number of story events that needed to be checked off until we got to this point. The need for Boruto and Kawaki to train has been stated more than once, and now we have an enemy with a power level well above their own that's finally been presented, and Boruto is now faced with the prospect of knowing that if he fails, he's going to be fed to the Ten Tails. Kawaki knows that if he fails, he's going to lose Naruto, the only person who has been a legitimate father figure towards him. Both characters right now, they have a common enemy in Code, and both characters have something that will drive them when it comes to their training. However, assuming that they somehow manage to survive this inevitable next battle with Code that is sure to happen, and they are able to safely train without Code coming after them, what training should they undergo in order to close the gap between Code and them, and how long should it actually take? Normally, I'm not a big fan of this whole mindset of, well, Naruto's manga did this, so Boruto's manga has to do it as well, but I do think there's some overlap at this point, and given Kishimoto's tendency to write with a lot of parallels, I'm not going to sleep on this right here. So Naruto started his manga at the age of 12, just like Boruto did. The major turning point in the story occurred after he turned 13. In that case, Orochimaru popped up when Naruto was 13, and all the fallout from Orochimaru killing the third Hokage and Sasuke leaving Konoha occurred. Boruto was 13 years old when he first fought Ao, and was introduced to Kawaki, and the Ishiki saga unfolded over the months after that. Naruto was 13 going on 14 when he went into his 2.5-year time skip, and Boruto is closer to being 14 than Naruto was, depending on if you take Amato's 6 months line literally or not. If you do, then Boruto is either about to turn 14 or he's already 14, and if you don't take it literally, then he's 13 years old, a few months away from turning 14 based on the timeline markers that we have in the Boruto anime. Naruto had a 2.5-year training arc, and I think we might see the same for Boruto, since we know for certain that Boruto was 16 when Boruto vs. Kawaki happened, because Boruto's character design sheet for the anime confirms his age. 2.5 years with a clearly defined goal for training is a lot of time in a shonen. Is how someone like Sakura went from being barely at a Ganin level in part 1 to being stronger than most jonin except for the elites, and being skilled enough that Chiyo admitted that she never needed to aid Sakura in her battle with Sasori because she had underestimated her. The main thing will be the focus of Boruto and Kawaki's training, and I think the difference in philosophy between Boruto and Kawaki is going to show itself during their training, and the foreshadowing's already been laid out in the manga. When Naruto first began training Kawaki, one of the things he made a point to say was that in the anime, Kawaki needed to rely less on his ninja tech and more on using his actual chakra. However, we saw how visibly irritated Kawaki got with the basic things like the calming of the mind as he began to gather his chakra during that training session with Naruto, but he proceeded to do so anyway because Kawaki was trying to become Naruto's adopted son. During the training session with Sarada, we saw Kawaki getting very annoyed as Sarada was leading Team 7 through that meditation training, because while it is a way to train the body to raise the chakra levels of a person, it isn't as quick as what Kawaki had grown accustomed to, and it led to him outright saying that Jigen's method was superior. Kawaki is going to end up on focusing on gaining power through manufactured means that were given to him. The Karma Seal was given to him by Jigen in order to become Ishiki's next vessel. The new Karma Seal was given to him by Amato, who also gave Kawaki the nanotechnology that makes up the ninja tech inside of Kawaki. Kawaki is very likely to lean into that training aspect of himself, ninja tech and karma. However, Boruto, on the other hand, is likely to do what he's been written over the course of the manga, the anime, and the Sasuke Shinin the Teacher Star Pupil novel, which is to move away from seeking the shortest path to power and understanding that a shinobi looks to make use of every tool that's given to them. Especially with Sasuke putting emphasis on the fact that Boruto needs to become a more balanced shinobi. Boruto's training will be more balanced, especially as Sasuke oversees it, and due to Boruto understanding the way of a ninja, in particular the training that a ninja endures, he's going to catch Kawaki despite being given a karma from a weaker Otsutsuki. Boruto, while he is clearly weaker than Kawaki right now, because of how he's going to approach his training, Boruto is likely going to catch Kawaki and surpass him. Boruto isn't going to cut out the meditation aspect of his training to focus solely on physical training and combat training, while also growing more accustomed to the limitations of his karma. Boruto is going to take the time to train his mind. He's going to increase his own base chakra levels, because chakra is made up of both your physical energy and your mental energy. Training your mind and your body can increase the chakra levels of a person. At the end of the day, karma is still a transformation, albeit it is one that has an unknown multiplier, but it's still a transformation nonetheless. The stronger Boruto's base becomes, the more he's going to benefit from tapping into the karma transformations. Given Boruto's mangaka Mikio Ikimoto loves to reference Dragon Ball when he draws his fights, we'll use Dragon Ball as an example. If you take Goku from the Revival of Frieza arc and you take Goku from the Namek Saga who fought Frieza, Goku from the Revival of Frieza arc doesn't need to transform into a Super Saiyan to defeat Super Saiyan Goku from Namek, or even Goku from the Artificial Human Saga when Goku was a Super Saiyan there. The reason being is that he's trained his base up to incredible levels to where his base is now stronger than his power level when he first went Super Saiyan, or his power level when he was in the Artificial Human Saga, i.e. the Android Saga if you watch the English dub. To go to Naruto, as myself and plenty of others have said in the past, Sage Mode Hokage Naruto and Sage Mode Naruto from the Pain arc, they're not at the same power level. Both of them, they use Sage Mode, but one is substantially stronger in base than the other one, which means stacking Sage Mode on top of a base for Hokage Naruto is going to be absolutely scary. He's going to be capable of power that pain arc Naruto could only dream of. If Boruto is able to focus his training to both understanding how to draw out the maximum of his karma and using that power to make brand new jutsu on a larger scale, while also training with the goal of making his base as strong as Boruto, currently using true essence of karma, i.e. the power level that Boruto's body jumped to when Momoshiki took over to destroy Boro, and when he was about to destroy Code in the manga, that's going to make any transformation that Boruto post time skip goes into with karma that much deadlier, and that's going to give him the power to ultimately take down Code in the future. However, my question to you guys is, between Boruto and Kawaki, which of these two do you think is going to progress the most in training? Is Kawaki right to focus solely on the Otsutsuki power inside of him and solely on training with his ninja tech, or would Boruto choosing not to neglect the training of a shinobi to build a stronger foundation for his base so he can achieve higher power levels when he does stack karma onto it? Would that be the smarter path to take? Who is right in this scenario? Let me know down in the comment section if you think Boruto reaching Momoshiki's base power level is realistic. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.